Tremble. Then Pilate took Jesus. Then he handed him over. So they took Jesus. The utter loneliness has always caught me, and I was not there. But Jesus sets a mark when he says, "You would have no power over me unless it had been given you from above." Then recall the words once heard by Jesus from above. "You are my Son, the beloved. With you I am well pleased." The mountain place of transfiguration. "This is my Son, the beloved. Listen to him." But they took Jesus, carrying the cross by himself for a time, up to the hill called Calvary, Golgotha, place of the skull. And there they crucified him. The beloved said, "It is finished." Passion narratives steal my breath away, and sometimes it causes me to tremble. Tremble. But then I remember the secret disciple who was there in a garden place. Do you remember? They laid Jesus there. A garden tomb. The Spirit called holy, we are here, yet there is also a time to remember the foreword of the gospel writer, the beloved disciple John, who once wrote these words. Now, before the festival of the Passover, Jesus knew that his hour had come to depart from this world and to go to the Father. Having loved his own who were in the world, he loved them. Loved them and loved us to the end. Once in time, years ago, when I approached the week called Holy, I found myself in one of those moments when silence was the only antidote to the sense that it was my sins that drove Jesus to the cross. My sins. My father, doctor, spiritual guide, a monk near his mid-90s, said, "Jim, light a candle. Keep silence for a time longer than you are used to, and remember that gratitude is the path to know the power of the cross. Remember, it is finished. For you and for me. We are the beloved because of the beloved one, the well-pleased one, to whom we are called to listen and to be with and in place with one another in Christ. Called to keep the words, the mystery of our faith, that Christ has died. One phrase at a time, loving us as if there were only one of us. Grace grounds us that in spite of our doubts and imperfections and disobedience and our neglect, God is endlessly calling us back to rehydrate at the font, to hear the words of truth and to feast on the bread of life. But for tonight, it's the cross. For those who have the courage to wait, to trust anew, and to have sight, inner sight, to see God in action. Jesus Christ breathed his last so that we could breathe our first. Inspiration, respiration. The gift of time we live with companions on the faith, each one of us to know and trust each day that Jesus is the way into the truth that is life. Through a cross. In the garden. Can you imagine it? Jesus brings this truth before us. They were there, soldiers, officers, and the chief priests and the Pharisees, lanterns, torches, and weapons. And Jesus, knowing all that would happen to him, came forward and said, "Whom do you seek?" He answered, "Jesus of Nazareth." And Jesus said, "I am he." Claimed his followers, each one of us, by following the will of the Father. Now, at the cross, he loved us, loved each of us unto death. What is there left to say? What is there left to say? How should we deal with the cross, with Jesus' death, with this time before the resurrection. Beloved ones, this night is God's way of telling us that those who have courage to see God in action, he breathes his last so that we could breathe our first. We might have a future, born anew and born again and again to a living hope and to live in renewal because of what he accomplished on our behalf. What is there left for us to say? So to Jesus Christ on the cross, we are called to be in that new life. What is there left for us to say, to do, to be, even tonight? Renew our thanks living at the foot of the cross. Our adoration opens our hearts and our lives, calling us for gratitude. The Eastern liturgy has these words: Beloved, on this day, the wood anointed with life, the cross of Christ, filled all things with the perfume of divine grace. Let us smell its God-given fragrance, venerating it with faith forever. Venerating it with faith forever.